What's up, travelers? Welcome to Thavoria, the only place where opinions are like Zubats, loud, annoying, and always popping up uninvited. You're listening to our first ever Thavorian Skies Project podcast, the new home for unfiltered Pokemon opinions. And the occasional bad take, we'll pretend that was ironic. In today's episode, we're venturing across the entire Pokemon map, from Kanto's humble beginnings to the windswept shores of Kitakami and everything in between, ranking every region on a tier list that's bound to break friendships. Massive shout out to Hoops and Hip Hop for the music in this episode. Grab your town map and buckle up. We're about to analyze and antagonize the entire Pokemon world, one region at a time. Welcome, everybody. This is the first episode of Thavorian Skies. We are going to go through a tier list where we are going to discuss the different Pokemon regions that show up in the Pokemon world. We have about, I'm just going to do a rough estimate here and say we have at least 20, maybe more. With me today, I've got our local professor, Gray. What is up, Gray?
What's up?
Are you ready to take this on?
As ready as I can be. This is a Herculean task.
I've also got Jake with me. What is up, Jake? Our local Pokemon rancher.
Howdy.
I knew he was going to do that. How are you feeling about this?
Oh, just more to travel through. It's always good seeing all the sights.
And we also have Haze with us. Haze is going to be responding with us through text and helping us along this journey. Haze, I know you can't talk, or I think that's what you said. How are you? What's going on? How do you feel about what we've decided to do to ourselves? The wedding. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be doing a tier list of the Pokemon regions of the Pokemon world. It's going to go from S to F, and unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at this, there are a ton of them. So we're going to start with the main series games, and then we're going to work on the quote-unquote side games. Before anybody gets mad, we are looping Hisui and Kitakami into a separate profile. They will be still categorized under main series games, but we want to give them the respect that they deserve as their own regions. The plan after this is we are going to take anything that our esteemed panel here has decided is S tier, and we are going to do further episodes of deep dives into those different regions. So this could get real bad or real good depending on how this all works out.
Put everything in S tier. Everything's S tier.
I swear.
Get your passport ready.
Oh no. Our first region is the first region. It is Kanto.
We know this S tier. This is S tier.
Is that nostalgia though?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe just a little bit.
Hayes says D-tier.
Oh, Haze. Dirty dog.
Okay, I'm gonna say D tier for Kanto.
Honestly, I could probably put it to A. I mean, it's not Hoenn, Hoenn's like quintessential in my book, so I'd probably put Kanto in A.
See, for me, I gotta go C tier. It's kind of it is the benchmark for everything.
Yeah. I feel like Kanto is very much middle of the road. It doesn't do a lot of things well, but it doesn't do a lot of things bad either. The Sevi Islands definitely gave it a big boost in fire rate and leaf green, so I feel like that's pushing it into the B for me personally over C. But if we're talking about like red, blue, and yellow, green, Kanto, first gen, yeah, it's probably a C tier. But I'm gonna say B just because I know they revamped it with the Sevi Islands and giving it a little more life with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was giving it a fresh coat of paint. So I put it in B tier. It's a pretty good region.
But no other region has a Mew living underneath a truck.
That is facts. That is big facts.
Okay, and in Let's Go, it still wasn't living under the truck, so.
But you can still get one. It was under the truck, but it was in the game.
If you spent $50 on a Pokeball.
Yeah, this is
no, I'm talking about OG Gen 1. You just have to buy the game and know it's there.
and hopefully don't break your game.
Yeah, that part too. I think that part more importantly.
Okay, so you're saying, Gray, you're saying B.
Yes.
I said C. Jake,
I'm
are
gonna go
you
with A.
you're still with A?
Yes.
And Haze, are you still sticking with D, or would you like to justify this choice at all? Serious rating is C. Yeah.
We got A, B, C, and C. Yeah, A, B, C, and D.
Okay, let me add up. I've assigned, so for full transparency, I've assigned everything a numeric value. So it goes for S tier is 6, A is 5, B is 4, C is 3, D is 2, E is 1, and F is, 0. You failed. You got no points.
No points.
We're gonna add them all together and then average them out. It's the easiest way to do that. So we've got
cool. I feel like Kanto is pretty slept on, just because it's always pushed in our faces as well.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, everybody gets tired of Kanto because it's like just forced
it's
to
always
do
there.
over and over.
So it did end up in B. It did end up in B.
Nice.
I think that's a fair. I think that's a fair assessment.
Like, it's not a bad region. There's definitely some things that could have did better, but as it being the first region, I don't think it was terrible.
Like Haze just said, I think there is negative nostalgia bias with Kanto, but I think B is fair. I agree. I think
there's definitely a lot of negative nostalgia bias.
I think that is primarily because it's just so overdone that we're kind of like, okay, we get it. Every game's gonna have Pikachu. Every game's gonna have Charizard.
I mean, think about I remember as a kid how disappointed I was when you had gold, you had silver, you had crystal, and you're like, oh, I cannot wait for the next region. And then it was like, here's fire red, leaf green.
That's
Which
true.
I still liked it as a kid, but I was like, man, I want something else.
That's true. Our next one, this one I definitely expect to have some controversial opinions on.
I mean, it's not controversial. It's S tier.
This is my hometown. It's S tier.
Yeah, this is S tier.
This is home.
This is it.
Oh, I mean, I'm with Haze. It's A tier, top tier A tier, but A tier.
Okay.
I think my thing is it's the first time that we got new types. And let's face it, who doesn't like the dark type?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was a cool thing about it. You got so many new Pokemon, some new types. The worst thing about the game in the region was you don't get a lot of those mons till after the Elite Four. Post game.
Yeah.
I'll say for me, Johto was my first Pokemon experience. I've always watched my uncle and stuff play Red and Blue. I've dabbled in it, but I didn't really touch Kanto like that. So my first time playing Johto was my first time playing Kanto as well. So that it holds a really deep place in my heart. Like, I played that game for hours, like thousands of hours.
I played Yellow version for my first game, but I was a little bit younger, and then when Crystal came out, I got it, and I played that game for hours. So that's why it holds more nostalgia to me than Kanto.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not gonna lie. I've completely forgot about Crystal.
Yeah.
The
region itself, I will say, it's not too much I could say I would want to be tweaked on it. Like, it's not perfect, but there's not too much I would change. Like I can't look at one area and be like, I wish they did this, or I wish they added this, or wish this was this. Like they did they stepped it up from Kanto, and then they added in Kanto. So for me, Johto region is Johto and Kanto, because you can't go to Johto and not go to Kanto. So it's always going to be higher than Kanto, and it's always going to be, for me, a personal bias.
And the anime was to me, I love the anime more when it was in the Johto region than it was in the Kanto. I mean, the GS style, Celebi, there was so much good going on in the anime at the time.
It's so much in Kanto. Like, I mean, it's so much in Johto that ties back into Kanto as well. Like the towers, how that tied back into the Lavender Town Tower. Like that, it was so well put together. It was just really well put together. I love Johto.
Well, like Haze said, it's a beautiful region. I know. It's a beautiful region. He can't wait to see it in the modern art style. It had a beautiful story. First guaranteed shiny, great Pokemon designs.
Yeah.
Introduced shiny Pokemon. Like
which is something I think we all are, at least in this conversation, are all very, very keen on.
Yeah, that was the best choice they made. I feel like them adding shiny Pokemon was better than Mega Evolutions by far.
Oh yeah,
wow.
the shiny Pokemon beat Mega Evolutions by a landslide with me.
I'm with you on that one.
Haze agrees. I agree. Like it's got it. This YouTube series will go one episode as we get canceled for hating Megas.
I don't hate it. I just like shinies more. I don't hate it. I won't say I hate it, but I do like shinies more.
So Johto does go into S tier with that. That's actually I think that's going to be a really fun deep dive. Now, Hoenn.
S tier.
The land of water.
Hoenn S tier.
Yeah, S tier.
Oh,
Hoenn is S tier.
F tier from Haze.
What? Hey,
Dang, I did not see that.
Okay, you gotta for one reason only. I gotta hear this.
My gosh,
Yo, we gotta hear this out.
What was Archie's long-term plan?
Yo,
Bro, I don't think he had one. I'm gonna be dead.
He
honest.
didn't have a long-term plan. He had a plan. That's all he had was a plan.
My guy was like, water, check.
No terms and conditions, just plan.
Haze, how is he gonna breathe?
I stay above water. Why the rest of you are below water?
Pirate magic? I don't know.
Pirate magic is crazy.
That is true. I always thought that even as a kid. I'm like, what are they gonna do with all the water?
I feel like Hoenn is the peak of Pokemon region design, in my opinion. Like, I feel like they peaked with Hoenn. Like, you have a bunch of land and grass to run on. You have a bunch of water. You have way more water than in any other game, and you can actually utilize that water to dive. And like, Hoenn is so peak. The design of the region is peak to me. Like, it opens up so many doors of like biomes and places you can go and do that I feel no other region really can open up, except no other region has done what Hoenn has done. Like, Hoenn is top tier.
like Haze says, the villain arc never made sense to him. I agree on that end. They redeemed it with Oras and Primal Forms. I completely agree there. But he's still not a big fan. For me, it's B tier. I just didn't connect with it. I didn't like Kyogre. I didn't like Groudon.
You didn't like the lizard?
No.
The kaiju lizard that brings the sun? That's my favorite legendary. That's literally my favorite legendary. That's crazy.
Yeah, I love Kyogre.
Groudon is the reason I even vied with Gen 3. Because when I played Gen 2, I was so heavy into Gen 2, I didn't care for anything else. Like I was playing Gold, Silver. I don't care about Ruby and Sapphire. What is that? Whatever. But when I seen Groundon, I was like, that thing's kind of cool. I kind of want that.
Nah,
Big
it
red
just it
kaiju
didn't do it
wizard.
for me.
Oh
Didn't do
man.
it for me.
I just loved how the region, going
Rayquaza
back to,
didn't
like, the
do it
game.
for you?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, Rayquaza was awesome.
He's the redeeming factor for me.
Okay. Because we gotta talk about Emerald too, because Emerald was definitely the best game they ever made. Battle Frontier, like you had endless content in that game.
Yes.
But that's why it's B for me. That's why it's B. It's not F like some people said.
But what was cool about
Okay.
the game itself is you had Four Tree City, which was they took a 2D game and really made it more 3-dimensional with the dive, and you got a city that's nothing but like a little tree house city, and you're climbing up to go to all the little houses to explore.
I feel like they've done more in Gen 3 than they've done in a lot of other games, because when it comes to Pokemon exploration, like they really let you go any and everywhere just about. Like there's no, like it was almost open world before open world.
Yes. Like the big sea routes even just made it feel so much more exploratory.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I get that, but like I said, I think I'm sticking with B. Haze, are you sticking with the big fat F? Yes. Okay.
Cool.
Wow.
Okay. I respect it.
But it does go to B. It does go to B. So I can respect B for that. It is my choice. So.
If I ever get a hold of a Kyogre, I'm going through with Archie's plan just for you, Haze.
I'm Team Max, and we need more land.
Oh gosh, here
Oh,
we go.
Okay. Here we are. You want to talk about somebody that didn't have a plan? Sinnoh.
Oh,
gosh.
wow.
That one would be F tier for me. I'm probably gonna go that harsh. Maybe D.
I think Sinnoh is C tier for me. I feel like Sinnoh is super, super, super lore heavy, but the actual region itself, ugh. I kind of hate circling. I hate circling around that damn mountain.
Yeah.
That fog route, that's not fun.
No,
That
no.
sucked. That sucked. That was
The
absolute
backtracking, that
trash.
wasn't all that fun either. He didn't make it. They didn't make it. I don't know. They didn't make Sinnoh fun to traverse, in my opinion.
No, not
No,
really.
no. Well, so okay, here we go. Hayes says I don't like modern Sinnoh, but the lore was heavy. Plus, it introduced us to the creation trio, the most legit legendaries ever. That is
Yes.
a fact.
That is a huge. That's pushing it out of E tier for me. That's why it's B tier. The lore in it is so heavy you can't ignore it. The lore really brung Pokemon together. It pieced Pokemon together like in the most genuine way.
Like it's C tier for me, solely on the fact that they tried to take what they did with lore in Gen 3, but then had no substance behind it.
I can agree with that.
Okay, so I'm going with C.
Yeah, I'm sticking with B.
B, okay.
No, I'll change mine to C.
Okay, 2 C's and a B. If you are just rating Diamond and Pearl, then it's C. If Platinum, then it goes to A, so it averages to a B for me. Okay, so 2 B's and 2 C's.
I agree with Haze.
Yeah, Platinum was definitely the better game on that end.
Platinum, it sped it up. It added more. The distortion world was cool. Yeah.
It goes to a B by math.
The extra characters definitely added
Yes.
some lore to
Yeah.
the region. It made it a little more fun to traverse because you're like, who's going to be around this corner? Who's going to be sitting at the beach over here?
That's fair. Now, because we just did Sinnoh, do we want to do Hisui now, or do we want to...
Let's do it Sui now. It is still Sinnoh. It's just Sinnoh of the past, so let's just do it now.
Okay, Hisui.
How do I really feel about Sui?
S tier.
I wasn't expecting
S tier for Haze as well. S tier,
I
man.
wouldn't.
No.
I'd go B tier. Just
I'd go
for the
C tier.
reason that, I mean, yeah, I understand like the whole lore, the town just got settled. There's not a lot of really villages and stuff wise there, but I think they missed out a lot with.
I'm going to say this. I love the gameplay in Legends. I hate looking at that damn world. Like the Hisui region, the region, it looks like a muddy mess, and I after playing it for almost 300 hours, it looks incredibly messy.
See, for me, I love it. I think the lore aspect of it, everything that's going on, it is the game that we should have gotten for original Gen 4.
Yeah, I can agree with the lore part.
Haze says Hisui is S tier for him, but he is a bit biased towards it. The feels, he gets goosebumps still thinking about the game. Gray, the region looked like that because it was as nature left it was largely undiscovered.
Yeah, I understand it was barren because it was largely undiscovered, but the layout of the actual region I wasn't a fan of. Like the actual routes and placements of hills, and I don't know. I didn't vibe with the actual map creations itself. Like I think the Coronet Highlands are my favorite so far.
I was literally going to say the same thing. Coronet Highlands are the best, I think, in the whole.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm not too much of a fan. Like
Haze says
the swamp.
Oh God, he thinks it's perfect for what it represents for him. They were also sort of bound by what modern Sinnoh looked like. That's true.
That's fair.
That's true.
That's fair.
So, Gray, what is your? I know me and Haze are. What's yours?
I'm staying C. No. I'm gonna go B. Y'all talk me up to B. I can let go of some of my bias for it.
Jake?
I'm gonna stay C.
Oh, you dirty rancher, you. So that's going up to A tier. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this one's gonna be interesting. Unova. For me, this is gonna be C tier because this is where I fell off for Pokemon. I've recently gone back and played, but you know what? I'll go B because I actually really enjoyed the story. I really enjoyed the whole the story of it. My only issue with it is where the hell is the original protagonist?
What do you mean?
They literally vanished. They just vanished.
Yeah, because Jake, when you're playing Black 2 and White 2, you're not playing as your original character. It's a completely new person, and they're like the only mention of the original character was like, yeah, he disappeared.
Wow.
It's like, wait, what?
See, I'm with you. I fell off right around here. I played White, and I remember beating the game, and then I just kind of got out of Pokemon around then. So I never played White 2 or Black 2. So I feel like I kind of missed out a lot of lore, which I know a lot of people bring up White and Black 2.
I mean, they were good games. I will say that. Like, going back and playing them, they were good games. It's like Haze just said, it's a weird one to rate. Game Freak screwed it up, but it was actually good. They're good game. Like, they're good games. It's just they should have done more.
Yeah, for me, when I first played Black and White, that was one of my favorite games. Like the only gripe I did have about it was that they didn't have any of the previous gen Pokemon. Because I'm a bucket for Tyranitar, so if I couldn't catch a Larvitar, I was like, okay, I'm a little upset. So, but they had some redemption in the game, and the region itself is beautiful. Like I love the city layout, the way they did everything, the way they put everything together. Like the story itself, the way it flowed into everything flowed really, really well, and the actual villains, they made sense. Everything made sense, and everything flowed really well. I feel like the marketing behind it was just taken in the wrong direction. I feel like them cutting out every single previous Pokemon, that was stupid. You should have put in at least 50 of the key ones that people want. Eevee, Pikachu, maybe a Charmander somewhere or something. Just something for those fans just to bring them back. I feel like them starting fresh screwed them over, but those are one of the best games. I generally can put the region in the game in A tier. It's not S, it's not my favorite, but it's definitely one of the best. It's so good. And Black and White too. Adding that little area in the bottom corner, like it just it added more than what it should have. That one little area added so much to the actual region. I forgot the name of the town.
Is it Nuvema? Nuvema?
It might be.
That might be it. The poison gem. It was where your house was.
Yeah.
All that was just, and then you could go back to the old area where your protagonist's house is, and he's missing, or she's missing.
So Jake, what are you thinking for tier for this?
I would say A tier.
Okay.
I really like the region.
The hidden too, the dreamer, like that game had a lot in it too. Like it fell in line with like the Emerald route. It didn't have as much, but it had just enough.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what Haze has to say. They never really explained Kyurem properly. Facts. Alder was shown to be quite weak, even though lore-wise, he's probably one of the strongest trainers ever. So, all weird. What saves it for him is N. It was a really well-written character, so he said he would put it in C.
Yeah, N was a good character.
So that puts Unova into B. I'm okay with that.
I feel like Guesses was a really good character too. Like he was a really good villain.
I
will say that was probably one of the best villain arcs.
He made sense, and he was actually evil. Like that's the I think Guesses is our truest evil villain, other than Giovanni. Who's more like a mob boss, anyways.
I mean, if we're talking about evil, here we go with Lysander.
Oh yeah.
That man.
Yeah.
That man. We know what. I'm not gonna say it here. We know where he drove his inspiration from.
Yeah.
Not good things.
Yeah.
Here's my issue. So here's my issue with Kalos. They expanded on everything, which was awesome. Evil team or evil leader region, really cool. You know, you had four rivals, if you can call them that. But like they expanded on everything. We got a new type. We got, all this cool stuff. But here's my problem. The stories didn't make sense. None of it made any sense at all. Team Flare was a joke. As much as Lysander was evil, Team Flare was just it was like you mix who Lysander is based off of plus Scientology, and there you go, you have Team Flare. It was a wild concept. For me, it's E tier.
Oh yeah.
For me, you say E tier?
Dude, it's rough.
Okay.
It's rough.
I feel like I can follow up pretty well because the Kalos fans are going to hate me for this, but I feel like Kalos is one of the worst regions. Like it's in my opinion, the only redeeming factor of Kalos is the Mega Evolutions. Like nothing else about Kalos even screams I want to go to Kalos. Like the region itself is pretty boring. It looks pretty messy and blocky. I think that was just 3DS era. Lysander was comically evil. Like he was Guesses was believably evil. Like he was like, oh wow, this guy is evil. I could definitely see someone like him existing. Lysander was more like only one of you will ever exist ever in the universe because you are comically evil. Like your plans are lunacy. Your plans hit lunacy. So I don't like Lysander for that, but I will say he was definitely a evil villain for sure. I'm not too big of a fan of the deer and the bird. The bird's cool, the deer cool, but I'm not like huge fans. They didn't sell the game for me. I don't have too many nice things about Kalos. I like the Pokemon. The Pokemon are really cool, like Noivern, Talonflame, cool. We only got a few, but the few we got were pretty cool. What's up with that last gem? I don't know. It's a lot of things about Kalos I don't like. There's a lot I don't like. For that, I'll put it in S.
Oh shit. Haze gave me Haze wrote in chat. He doesn't like Kalos. It's not bad at all, but it's an overhyped region. The region is bland. Fairy type was good. Team Flare was meh. Mega Evolution to Haze is quite pointless. God, we ain't getting past the first episode.
It was pointless, but it was cool.
The legendaries are also very badly treated, especially Zygarde.
Yes.
The lore was good, but not great. The post game with Looker and Emma was enjoyable. For him, it was slightly better than Hoenn, so E tier.
Interesting.
Okay, Jake, what is your thoughts?
I never got to play in Kalos. ZA will be the first time I'll ever play in Kalos because I got out in Black and White, and I didn't come back in until Legends Arceus.
Oh, wow.
And then I actually went back and played Sword and Shield. The lore I've heard with Kalos, hearing y'all talk about it, watching YouTube videos, it seems like, the lore's really nice. Like the anime, I remember watching. I actually went back here recently and watched some of the anime for it in that region.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
I thought it was pretty good, the anime was. But for the region itself, I can't really give too much of a comment on it just because I've never been there. Like, I'd have to give it like C tier or B tier just because I can't judge it too harshly,
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
One thing I didn't understand was the sky battles. I've watched stuff about sky battles, and I'm just like, what was going on here?
That hurts my soul.
Almost scream. You just unlock so many locked memories.
Case of the same thing.
Repressed memories.
Okay. So are you giving it C or B?
I'll give it B, just to be fair to the audience.
Well, it shockingly enough went into D tier with that endorsement. The people's champ over here.
Hey, I'm just riding my Tauros doing what I can here.
Oh no. Oh.
4-1 for the boys in Kalos.
This is where we make enemies, and I'm gonna say this right now. I am sorry to we call him Mao, but he goes by, I think it's Cristian Ronaldo in chat. My guy loves Alola. We're about to shred this poor kid's hopes and dreams.
We surely are, because I have the totally opposite opinion on that. Oh my god, no.
I'll let you go.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll start the roast of Alola. Alola is small on rail islands, and I completely cannot stand the Alola region. Like, there is something about Alola that just screams at me, stop playing. I put my finger on it. Like, the one thing I do love about Alola and genuinely love is Ultra Necrozma and the fight with him. That was peak Pokemon. Like, I don't think they've done anything like that since. But yeah, Alola sucks. Like, yeah.
Oh, Haze is right.
I'll leave it at that. Alola just sucks, man. Oh,
Haze just said even that fight doesn't hold up.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Because of the Eternamax fight. Okay, so what tier are you saying?
I'm gonna sticking next to Kalos and F.
Okay, Jake.
About Alola, I never played Alola, but I have watched a lot of YouTube about Alola, and just because it was so interesting, it was kind of one of them games for a while. I was like, man, I hate I missed that one, and I've went back and watched a lot of gameplay of it, and I'm like, oh, it's neat. They were doing some stuff different, but then once I start kind of watching more of it, like with how the gym leader battles went, because they're more like a trial deal, and
what gym battles? There was none.
Whatever the heck they called it, that thing. It was a little confusing, like the way they had it. It felt like it was just kind of mashed up, jumbled up mess a little bit to me. I mean, I thought it was neat, like some of the Pokemon battles you could do, because that was the one that introduced the horde battles. Isn't that what it was called?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I thought that was pretty neat. People
No.
it was fun to
The
catch
horde
shinies
battles
that
were in
way.
Kalos. We had SOS changing Alola.
Yes.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Okay. Well, never mind. That's a point away from Alola. But it was one of them games, just sitting there watching it and they're playing it. It seemed like a neat idea, but when I've watched people, do a whole gameplay, which I've only watched a couple hours of it, I'm like, it seems like it's fun to watch in like the trailers and little reels and this and that, but it feels like if I actually played the game, I wouldn't have liked it that much. Just the way the island hopping was and everything else, and it's like you're just riding a manatee the whole time.
You didn't miss anything, I promised. So your rating based on viewer?
I'll say C tier. I'll say C just because I never played the game. I never really.
Yeah, he's stuck
got
next to Kalos. That's fine. He did C for Kalos too because he never played it. That's fair. I can see it.
So Haze has said he would have put Alola in F, but Guzma is one of his favorite characters, so he put it in E. Just for his boy Guzma. Alola's anime was top class though.
Respect.
Probably the best anime from Ash's era. I can get behind that. The anime was really good.
I agree. I
started
agree. The anime was peak.
I started watching that anime with my daughter, and
it's genuinely funny, which is my biggest surprise. Like, it's genuinely funny.
It's generally enjoyable to watch. Guzma, sorry, I pronounced it wrong. It's pronounced Guzma. For me,
Guzma.
I was going to put it in F tier. The only thing for me that saves it is some of the Pokemon that we got were absolutely amazing. I think that's the first time we've seen regional forms. Alolan Ninetales is peak. I love that Pokemon. Golisopod, like Haze just said, chef's kiss. Mimikyu, as much as people like to hate on it, Incineroar, but the cool Pokemon, Lycanroc, my boy, that is my boy, Lycanroc. But
my boy, best boy.
My boy. If you can't tell, I have a type when it comes to Pokemon. You'll see that when we get to Galar.
Oh no. Aganado and Maple. Yeah. Yeah, some bangers.
So good. So good. But the problem is even the cool Pokemon don't save it. So I think I'm gonna throw it in E.
The cool Pokemon that just comes with the collection. Like, you could always bring those up or catch those in other games. So like, it doesn't really put points towards the actual region I'm in.
So it's E. Do Ultra Beasts still not save it? No. So here's my issue with the Ultra Beasts. We also didn't talk about Z moves. Oh man, Z moves in a mega meta was terrible. Why would I use a Z move when I can use a mega that lasts for the rest of the battle? A Z move is I get it once.
Dog, I can use a Mega Mall out. I'm not pulling out Pikachu EMZ. I'm not pulling that out. I have a Mega Mall. I have a Mega Kangaskhan.
Eevee's Z move was butt though.
So Eevee's
was an exception.
That was peak. That was what all Z moves should have been.
Yeah.
It was a double Omni boost. That was an exception. And it has Baton Pass. So like, and it has double speed, so it's always gonna get that Baton Pass off first. So like, it was definitely an exception to the Z move itself.
It was so good they copyrighted the animation. No, but so here's my thing about the Ultra Beast. They spent so long making sure we knew that they weren't Pokemon for the longest time, and then they're like, well, they're Pokemon. I know they were, Haze. We all know that they were, but like when Alola first came out, they were like, yeah, I
think it was just like they were exaggerating the reaction of the people in the game. Like, they're like, oh my god, these things are so far from what we know as Pokemon. We aren't calling them Pokemon, but we know as the audience, yes, these are Pokemon. They're just not from your dimension, you know?
Well, and like Haze just said, the biggest confusion was what Necrozma was. The TCG still classifies it as Beast. But like Haze said, apparently it's neither a Pokemon or an Ultra Beast. No, it's a crystal.
Yeah, I feel
It's
like
a
it falls in the same tier as like what Deoxys is. It's an inorganic being. Like
it exists. And what sucks is we can never we're never gonna get to use Ultra Necrozma again, probably. Well, actually, we probably will in Pokemon Champions.
Maybe
But,
in
like,
Champions, yeah.
I want that to be its base form. Give me a way to have Ultra Necrozma at all times.
I think this is where Pokemon start going down a slippery slope of gimmicks. Just too many gimmicks. The Z moves, the Ultra Beast. It was like just a lot going on in this generation.
They was losing attention.
Exactly.
Because people kept crying about Megas.
Well, we're on to Galar.
Now, are we including the DLC?
Of course, it's all. Yeah, oh yeah, no, because that is part of Galar. Like, there is no. So it's not like Kitakami and Blueberry Academy, where they exist in separate regions.
Okay.
Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra are part of the Galar region. That's canon.
Yeah, they're like right next to each other. Like and for Crown Tundra, it is literally the Galar region. Like it's connected to it. So
yeah.
You know what, Jake? We'll let you start with Galar while I see Haze is typing. We'll go from Jake to Haze, and then.
Okay. The Galar region, I really like it. To me, it's S tier if you include the DLC. If you don't, then to me it's like C tier, D tier. But the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra just brought the game to what it should be. You know, more open areas. You're exploring. You're finding all these little caves and caverns. You're riding your bike. You're being chased by Sharpedos and all this stuff, and it's just really fun. The only thing I really didn't like about Galar, which might be kind of a hot take, is I didn't like the way the gyms were. But other than that, I really like the region. I don't like Gigantamax. I'm not big on that. Or Dynamax. I don't like the gimmick. That's my least favorite gimmick. Well, no, I'll probably say Mega is probably my least favorite, but it's pretty close to last.
Okay.
But other than that, I mean, it's a lot of diverse land. You got the wild area in the main Galar region. It's really neat to kind of go through. I don't like the fossil mon. I wish the Pokemon researchers wouldn't mumble up the fossils. Other than that, I really do like the region.
Okay.
I like the the regional variants you kind of get, the Galarian Weezing. I mean, it's probably one of my favorite Pokemon of the new generation is Galarian Weezing.
Okay. So I'm going to read off what Haze has said. Galar is his Kanto, as this was his first introduction to Pokemon. So it'll always be S tier for him, so that's another S tier. Plus, the art style was amazing, and the Pokemon designs were amazing. Galar still has the most VGC relevant Pokemon still to date. He liked Dynamax as well. It was more tactical than Megas or even Terra. Just shiny hunting was terrible in that game. Zacian and Zamazenta actually look like legendary.
Yes.
Great. Do we want to fight about you and I going next?
No, you can go ahead.
Because I have a very strange feeling. You and I are gonna
Yeah. I'll say my opinions for last. I'll read the room. How about that?
This is going to be the biggest disconnected views. Thanks, Haze.
I'm disconnected.
So Galar is not S tier for me. Galar is C. And here is my reasoning. I hate Dynamax. It makes no sense. Like, as a gimmick, it makes no logical lore sense. How are they projecting a hologram of themselves? My brain can't comprehend it. That being said, though, I do agree with Haze, Zacian, Zamazenta. They are awesome. They are wolves. They transform into even cooler wolves. And it's just awesome. My biggest issue with the region, though, is it didn't feel fully fleshed out. It felt like there could have been more. There was a lot of lore left on the cutting table that they just didn't go into. Like, we kept hearing about the two kings, and then it never got solved whether or not there were actually two kings or if they were just. I know you love the DLC, Jake, and it added a ton, but they didn't explain anything. There was no history to Calyrex. Like, okay, bunny guy, what's going on? Where'd you come from? What you doing? Like, why are you a legendary? And what's the deal with the horses?
This is true. That's very true, because the lore was missing. Just like when you had Storbert and Shilbert with the bad haircuts. I mean, like, they brought those guys in, and I thought the story behind those guys just kind of sucked too. I mean, really, the story of the region through the game wasn't really all there. I mean, like, you had the legendary birds, and they're like, oh yeah, these are the real legendary birds, and the Cantonians are the knockoffs. I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
it was just like you gave us a ton of stuff, but you didn't explain. Haze says, of course there were two kings. That's why the sword and shield, and also the hidden statue, which Bede broke out. So I could be wrong in that, but I thought there was only one human standing behind them statue. I'd have to go look, but I definitely could be wrong. But it's still to my point. Like, I personally am giving it C tier just because a lot of the Pokemon save it. A lot of the region itself felt really nice. Like, it actually felt living. But it's just the lore didn't go. It can go about an hour. Or about the most misunderstood story. Yeah, I can see that. He says he can go on for about the most misunderstood story. I can understand that, but it shouldn't be up to the fans to have to explain that. Like, it should have been explained to me in the game. So that's why, for me, it is unfortunately C tier, as much as there is a lot I love.
All right. I've read the room.
Oh no. Great, we've had so much in common till now. Come on.
Here comes the roast of Galar.
I don't have any. Okay, I'll say it like this. I love Galar and also hate Galar in the same breath. Like, Galar gave probably the best roster of Pokemon I've ever seen out of any Pokemon game, that all give viability to some extent in, like, VGC. I can't stand the story. I can't stand how they want the story to seem like it makes sense, but it doesn't in any way.
Exactly.
I don't like shiny hunting in that game, which, if I don't like shiny hunting, we have a huge issue already. I do like the map. I like how visually the game, it looks beautiful. Like, I feel like it got too much hate when it first came out. The game looks awesome. Like, the berry trees do look but dude, whatever. The game itself looks awesome. And I don't know. I feel like I have to agree with Unseelie and put it in C tier just because I love and hate things such extremes. I can't really in any tier higher. Like, it has to stay in C tier.
Oh, Hayes brought up a very good point. We need to talk about Dexit.
Oh, one more thing. I love Dracozolt. Dracozolt is the best thing ever. That fossil is the best. That is the best fossil we've ever gotten. Dracozolt is peak. I gotta put that out.
Can I just say, in the middle of you arguing, I got shades of Ty coming out of your mouth. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, we hang out
Shameless
too much.
Shameless plug for Tiger. Check her out on Twitch. TAIGGUUR.
UURR.
Right? TAIGUURR. Check her out. Awesome streamer. Loads of fun games. She sounds like a pirate.
That's my baby.
Hey,
It's supposed to be like grr.
So yeah, that Dexit was, I think, a lot of the reason why Galar got a whole lot of flack, because everybody got upset because they cut a bunch of mons. I mean, it was bound to happen. We knew that. Exactly.
They cut somebody's favorite, and whoever's favorite they cut, they had a fit on Twitter. Like that. They knew that was coming. That's why they worded everything the way they did in the beginning.
Here's my issue. If they release Gen 10 and it has every Pokemon in it, then it wasn't a choice of we just don't have the time. It was purely just a choice of you didn't want to put the energy into it and the handle it.
Yeah. No lie.
So, but Galar does.
The quality of the game from Galar forward, it definitely shows. They just didn't want to put that extra effort.
Galar does go to A.
I'll take it.
I can live with A tier.
Are we not going to talk Chairman Rose? Chairman Rose made zero sense. What was his plan? What was the plan? What was your
wanted power. He wanted power, man.
Yeah, but like
you're trying to solve a crisis 1,000 years before it
years in the future.
Stupid.
Yeah, like that was so dumb.
Stupid.
That was so bad.
I don't know why they wrote. I don't know why they wrote that into the story. I feel like there could have been some way to write that so that you didn't make Chairman Rose seem like just the most incompetent loser ever. Because that's
oh no, he
so
was.
stupid.
He was.
He had like the case of like Jurassic Park syndrome. Like, they're like, hey, let's get this really epic Pokemon / our dinosaur in Jurassic Park case. Let's put them all in a cage, and we're, Chairman Rose trying to harness power off of him. Like, oh, this is a great idea. Nothing bad could happen.
Hayes wants me to also mention that we didn't talk about it, but Leon was the most legit champion ever.
He is a tough battle.
Okay, so
I hated his outfit.
Yeah, his outfit sucked. I understand the hat. Just lose the hat and the cape.
Just lose the hat, dude. Like, stop trying. You're not a hat kid. I'm a hat kid.
But no, I will say they did a good job with making him a big deal. And yes, he was actually portrayed as strong. And the fight, like I said, both in the game and the anime, which is very true. And I will say, the fight, if you weren't prepped, that fight sucked.
It really did.
He had a plan for everything. It was well done.
When we did that type run, I mean, I even had a decent type. I had electric, and I was struggling.
I will say, I hate that he has Charizard, but I also love the fact that he had Charizard on his team. There's something charming and annoying about it in the same breath that I can't put my finger on.
If you selected Inteleon as your starter, then you had it because he had Rillaboom, right? Dude, no. So when we did the type run, I had Fairy, and that man leads with an Aegislash. That sucked.
I don't like the Mr. Rhyme on his team. I like Seismitoad on his team, but I feel like his team was really well put together and really.
I agree.
It was a top tier team, even though 3 of them were the starters. It still was a top tier team.
I like a lot of the Pokemon that came out of Galar, but Mr. Rhyme,
yeah,
I hate that Pokemon.
No, they Mr. Mime didn't need any redemption. I don't know why they tried. Mime Jr. was enough. I liked Mime Jr. Mime Jr. is cute. That can actually pass in my books. Why'd you make it evolve?
Yeah.
No.
So Hayes just said even Rayhan was shown to be stronger than certain past champions like Diantha. The character work in Galar was top class, except for Rose and Oleana. No, because you know what? I will argue they actually portrayed Oleana super well. Hear me out. Her whole job was to babysit Rose and make him think he was in like doing the greatest things ever and in charge. And she did exactly that until the end, when she couldn't do it anymore and she lost her mind.
Yeah. Like, this plan is stupid. In the back of her mind, she just kept saying, this plan is so stupid, but I'm still going to do it.
Like
That's why she
Haze
looks
just
like
said,
that. She's so tired.
I agree with her character in isolation, but Rose and Oleana didn't need to be in the game. I agree, but you know what? It's a
I
choice
agree.
they made. It's where we're at.
I wish more was done with Spike Myth. I feel like that
Oh my
missed a
god,
lot of lore there.
dude!
That freaking hallway.
Yeah. Spike Myth was a missed opportunity, which I hope we do end up going back to Galar at some point, and we get more on that. That would be good.
Yeah.
But now we are on to Paldea, our most recent generation, or our most recent region.
I say S
He
tier.
says A tier. S tier.
Oh yeah, I have my reasons.
I feel like Paldea is a step above Hisui as far as like region goes. The fact that it wasn't supposed to be like Hisui is a problem though, because it's supposed to be inhabited and it doesn't feel inhabited.
Mm-hmm.
You go into town and it's like 4 buildings, a gym, sometimes just a gym, sometimes just 4 buildings. So Paldea is another missed opportunity in my book. I don't hate the region. I don't like it, but I do enjoy it more than I can dislike it, because I do like the direction they went with the map layout. I feel like from Hisui 4, they definitely are getting better with making maps and regions for open world. I feel like they just need to get making buildings and towns and making everything feel more fluidly connected. Which I feel like they're going to do in ZA. That's why it's solely based in the city. They're going to start working on that, figure out how to balance out the scaling and stuff. But yeah, I feel like they just really missed an opportunity not filling out the cities how they should. And in the cities that they did fill out, you couldn't do anything in except for buy a sandwich and maybe a few items. So, I'm a throw it in D tier. Because I don't like the region. I don't
D?
necessarily like the Pokemon in the region. Yeah,
Damn.
D, below C.
Damn.
Yeah, like I said, I don't hate it, but it's not much that I can say I like about it. I can say it's better, but I don't like it. There are very, very few Pokemon from the region I enjoy. Most are just pretty mediocre and or lower. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'm not gonna bash it too much. I do love the gym leaders though. Like the gym leaders, the Elite Four, the characters in the game, peak characters, peak characters. But
Okay. Jake, I want to hear your S tier justification.
Okay, so I do agree with Gray a lot when it comes to the video game. Like, it's very sparse. There's a lot they missed out on. But, like, just talking about the region itself, like, the anime, I thought was so good. I really did. I liked the anime a lot. And I feel like this region brought so many people back into Pokemon, which was such a great thing. And the regional variants I really liked. I liked Clodsire, which is more of a divergent evolution. I did like the Paldean Tauroses. There was a lot of good done with this region. It's just it was limited to the platform it came on the Switch. And I think Game Freak kind of rushed a lot, because you go back to Galar, you look at the art style and what they did with there. Paldea was just kind of fuzzy. Gameplay wise, wasn't always the best. The grass didn't look that great, which people talk about. But I feel like just Scarlet and Violet, the Paldea region itself, has done so much for the Pokemon industry and video games altogether, just because it's now set more of a standard. You have more of an open world. Hopefully they do a little bit better job. This is kind of it was like a playing ground on the game side of things. How are they going to do a vast open world Pokemon,
Mm-hmm.
where you don't have these cut off sections or load screens and this and that. And I think there was a lot of bugginess to that.
Okay,
it's a
yeah.
growing pain,
I-
but
Just to add, and I have played it on the Switch too, and I haven't seen any gameplay of it on the Switch too. So maybe that'll boost my opinion of the region when that comes out. But yeah, the lags and stuff that definitely took down from my points.
Oh yeah, I mean I completely agree. And when you make a game that's been so turn based and linear, and now it's more 3D, you're able to climb. You see that mountain over there. Go see that mountain. You're climbing to the top of it, and you're just running into random Pokemon that just pop up in front of you. It kind of feels like you lose that feeling in tune with the game, like you're really diving in and feeling like you're a part of it. You're part of the world. You kind of just feel like you're just hopping along randomly and something just happens. I just ran into a snom. I didn't see it on the ground, and that's about it. The whole time you're climbing the mountain. But the region itself, you had caves. You had so much to explore. I mean, you had so many different terrains. You had all these lakes you can go to. I just thought that was really, really great region-wise. The way it was set up, it just didn't get done right.
Okay, I can see that.
I think if we had a remake of Scarlet and Violet, like let's say 10 years from now, I think it would be completely different.
I agree. Hey, so you're sticking with S tier though?
Now I'm gonna stick with S tier just because what Paldea is represented right now in the industry, just with the TCG, everything. I just think it's been great.
Okay.
I like the variants. I like a lot about Paldea.
So Haze said A tier. He said, I think A tier for me because because they didn't have the balls to actually finish the best story they ever had. Terapagos was anticlimactic. Terra is the best gimmick yet. The cities were horrible. However, Arvin's story is the best thing they have ever portrayed. Left a tear in my eye. Paldea for me is B tier. It would have been D or C, like Gray, if I hadn't just recently played it on the Switch 2. The game itself was fun. The story was fun. My issue is, and this is huge for me, like Hayes said, they didn't finish the story. I also hated the fact that our legendaries, like even after you unlock them, are locked behind this bike. It's you get a second one, but no matter, like if I want to get, like if I didn't own games and I wanted to get a Miraidon and had to trade it, my Miraidon's still locked behind being my bike. I can't send it to home. I didn't like the convergent, I think that's what they're called, the convergent Pokemon. We are going way too hard on rehashing design. Like, I get it, I understand it, but it just didn't do it for me. So for me, I think it's going to be B, because I do think it was revolutionary. I think a lot of it did what it was meant to do. And Terra is probably the best gimmick. Probably will be the best gimmick for a while. I don't like all the missing pieces, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand. See, I think the Divergent Evolutions, I think, when it comes to Pokemon, it's kind of one of the things that makes sense real world wise, because you have animals in the real world that have evolved over time that are not related, but share a lot of similar traits, just like Clodsire and Quagsire. They look similar, but they're not the same. Trio and Trio.
Oh yeah, and I completely agree with you. But my issue is, like, as much as Pokemon mimics the real world, it's also supposed to have a magic to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's I understand it. I mean, on the plus side, it does go to B, so it is in B. Hayes just said Area Zero was also really groundbreaking. It was beautiful. It was also literally groundbreaking. I can't believe he did that.
Yeah, Area Zero was beautiful. I still remember like the first time playing through, and you finally get to Area Zero, and you come in, you're looking around, you're like, oh my gosh, it's just waterfalls,
Yeah.
the ambiance they give you, it's just really nice.
But after that first time, I'm just like, all right, well.
Oh, the music's top tier. The
It
music's
is.
top tier.
Yeah, oh yeah, the music is. Oh my god, the music is so peak. The music is peak.
So, we actually have one last official region to go through, and that's Kitakami. Now, as much as it doesn't have its own game, it was very much established that it was its own region within the game that it was in. So whether that's a future region, whether that is part of a region we've already been to and we just don't know yet, we're gonna judge it as its own region. Haze, if you can type fast enough, I will have you go first. I know he says he wants to put it in the Kitakami and C tier just to fill that tier. Don't worry, we have a lightning round of random regions that I am sure to fill up this bottom 4 for us.
I do have to like Kitakami. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a full region, so I don't want to take points away because it's not supposed to be an entire region, but it is technically within another region, or it is its own region. So,
My issue with that is it's huge.
I was actually going with a similar, different approach. Complete opposite. I think Kitakami is teeny. I think it's absolutely minuscule. Like it's a mountain, and then you run around it.
Compared to Paldea,
Like,
it's definitely
it's not Yeah, it's not
That's
Sinnoh.
fair.
It's
That's
not
fair. That's
Hisui.
fair. I think it's just everything underneath, like the fact that you can go into the mountain is what makes it feel so big.
Yeah, it's a lot of ins and outs that definitely fill out the area. Like Blueberry Academy is teeny, but because you can go into like Charstone Cavern and go deeper in there and fly around and stuff, it gives it another layer that doesn't make it feel as small as it is. But I think Kitakami feels smaller than Blueberry Academy at times to me. So I don't know. I'll give Kitakami like maybe a B or a C. Like I don't hate it. Like I actually do like the region itself. It's just not much to it. Like Only Mountain is cool. Blood Moon, Ursaluna, and that Timeless Woods, that all that area is cool. It's just not a lot.
That's
It's
fair.
cool. It's enough. Like for a DLC area, it's definitely more than enough. But for a whole region, I can't give it but so much.
So C or B, sir?
C. I'm gonna stick to C. I want to fill out C too.
Okay. Jake.
Okay, here we go. So Kitakami, I really do like the story with Ogerpon, Petrant, and the Loyal Three. That's kind of the only reason I really like Kitakami. I like some of the mons you can catch there. You know, some of the ones that got introduced back to the game. Yeah, that was really cool. But the lore, you know, that what the story was driven off of through Japanese culture and the Omi and you know, if you actually read the actual story about the boy with the three, well, I forgot, it was the pheasant, the dog, and the monkey, but I forget what they actually called that story off the top of my head, but
Momotaro.
Yes, that's it. I really liked it. I really liked how they portrayed that in the Pokemon world and how it all came together. And I really do. I like Petrant. I like the Loyal Three. I really like the legendary Pokemon that were introduced from Kitakami. Ogerpon, I mean, in itself is just a great VGC mon. I like, kind of like something Hayes kind of brought up, the Crystal Pool. That was something I was going to talk about. It was a neat cutscene towards the end of the game, post game, where you know you're seeing Professor Sada and Toro, and they're swapping the books with you. I wish they'd have dove more into that, but other than that, I mean, you get Blood Moon, Ursaluna. A lot of things came good out of this region. The only thing that kind of does suck, kind of like what Gray said, is it's like just a mountain. I mean, that's pretty much the whole region is just traversing around the mountain. So I probably would say C tier for it, just for the reason of how small it is in comparison to everything else, like Paldea wise. But the story really pushes it up on the list for me.
That's fair. That's fair. Haze, this is what Haze has to say. He thinks C tier is fair in the middle, as we still don't know everything about it yet. Crystal Pool was a good surprise, and also the cutscene with Sada and Toro at the end. The story with Ogre Pond was sweet, and Blood Moon Ursaluna was, an amazing surprise. I agree with all of that, actually. I'm also going to go with C. I have a very strong opinion that once we get the full region that Kitakami is in, I think that'll be S tier with our Johto region. I think it's heavily influenced by it. I think it's the spiritual successor to Johto, if that makes sense.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think once it's fully flushed out, I do think that Kitakami will be an S tier region as long as they do it correctly.
Yeah, yeah. I like how Kitakami, they kind of went more old fashioned with it. You know, the people really like the guy you first get introduced to, the old man. I forgot his darn name now, but you know, he talks about the culture and how, you know, it's a big part of Kitakami, and they try to stay more, you know, more classier and old school in their ways of everything. I thought that was a pretty neat aspect where Pokemon kind of usually every region's about being modern, like from Galar, you know, big stadiums, big lights. You go back to Kalos and all these, you know, that was nice to kind of take a little step back and kind of give more of a appreciation of the culture.
Okay. Back to this. For those who don't know, the Lentil region is the region where new Pokemon Snap takes place. I figure we can lightning round. We'll lightning round these unless there's something that like people really want to talk about.
Yeah, because I haven't played Pokemon Snap, so I can't give too much on this. But I do know that region and the Pokemon are very beautiful, so I'll give it a B.
It has its own gimmick, which is so weird.
Very weird. The luminescence, like
Yeah,
or the luminescent gimmick, whatever, they glow. That's
yeah.
cute.
I don't know what we don't know if it provides anything.
It probably doesn't. They just glow. They're just bright.
Something in the
They
water.
look pretty. Yeah.
Something in the water. Do you have any opinions, Jake, on the Lentil?
No, I've seen gameplay. It's a really beautiful region. But
It's pretty. I can also agree with B.
I would say it's probably a B too.
Yeah, I haven't played it fully out, but from the little glimpses, it just looks pretty. Like
It's just a pretty game.
It's just pretty. Yeah, it's just a pretty game.
Okay. This one people are definitely going to have an opinion on. Ore Coliseum.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm such a desert nerd. Like I love desert landscapes so much, and the Ore region is nothing but just desert. But it has like these oases and these little water spots that just add to the region. It's just like, yeah, I'm a big Ore fan.
So Ore for me is actually S tier.
Agreed.
Oh, wow. Okay. I think that now I agree that the story's S tier? Not at all. Not at all. Like I think
B or C tier, like
Yeah,
not bad,
no,
but
yeah,
yeah, no, it's
it's
definitely
not.
no S tier.
No, but like we need a remake for the Switch 2 or Switch that explores this region more, and I think that would fix a lot of it.
Agree. I agree so much.
Yeah.
The fans have been screaming for this for a long time.
So for me, it's S tier. Gray, you said S tier.
Yes, for a desert region, like
Oh, so
it
good.
has way more to it than a lot of regions we have now.
Jake, your thoughts?
I'd say S tier too.
We are going to have the weirdest lore episode.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna pull up the Pokemon Ranger regions all together. I feel like they're all kind of very, very similar. It's just a basic Pokemon region. The cool thing about the Pokemon region is this Pokemon region is the fact that you're not using Pokeballs to catch Pokemon. It's a completely different way of interacting with.
Lasso them bad boys.
Oh God. Oh no.
The stylists are actually very unique too. Like the stylists are like ID to the person that they're given to, so that other people can't use it and abuse it.
Yeah.
Like
it's so
the stylists are super deep.
like again, this is something where I want more. Like I want more on it. I'm actually gonna put the Pokemon Ranger regions in S tier because I want to look. But that's just because it's kind of like Coliseum for me, where there's so much lore that I just don't think we've had the time to like fully
I remember playing one, the first Pokemon Ranger. I don't even remember when it came out. I remember playing it. I can't really give too much input on it though, because I just don't really remember much from the region. I mean, region itself, just to be fair, I'd probably say like B or C maybe. I'd probably say C.
Okay.
But gameplay wise, I remember really enjoying that.
Your thought process, Greg?
No, I do like in the game, like they have certain places where you can go into like urban areas and still catch or capture Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like I know in the city you can still catch like Grimers and Meowths and stuff like that. Like I do like the way the Pokemon and the way the world is laid out in Ranger, or at least the one Ranger game I played. So
Okay.
I do like the regions a lot.
So what are you thinking for your tier?
I'm very fluid on this. I don't know where to really put it. I can put it in A
A.
or S,
Okay.
just so you can have your S.
Well, no, we ain't getting S. You put it in Z. But it goes to A. They go to A, which I can get behind. Like I can get behind that.
And that might be like a good series just for us to do a little thing on, just on the Pokemon Rangers. Just
I think that is definitely something that I want to look into. It looks like it's a fun region to or 3 regions to explore. I'm gonna get this out of the way because we have the Pokemon Go region, which is essentially Earth, our world. It's canon that it is our world. It's also canon that it exists with the Pokemon region. It makes no sense to me, and for that reason, it's an F tier.
Our world is F tier.
so to me, you catch Pokemon in tall grass, the wild. I live in a rural place, far away from towns and cities, and there's no Pokemon around me. So I guess they just live around town.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
I mean, Articuno's
here.
flying downtown, and I'm just out here looking for anything.
I saw a raccoon. I'm like, why can't I find a Bidoof?
No lie, at least a Bidoof. Come on now.
You know what? I want to save that, and that for last. So we will hit up Eos Island from Unite. So for me, Eos Island is probably C tier. It is the region. Well, it is the island that Pokemon Unite takes place on. It is in its own region. Again, as the Pokemon Company likes to say, an unnamed region. There's like 7,000 of them. We'll get them eventually.
I feel like they can make a new region in the future and make Pokemon Unite a mini game within that region.
I agree.
Yeah.
Tie it all together. That would make so
Because
much sense.
I like the way you interact with your Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have your partner Pokemon, and you guys are. It's a sporting event in the Pokemon world. That's exactly what it is.
The same thing as the Pokeathlon.
Exactly.
Yes.
Or a Pokeolympics, one might say.
Ooh, yeah. Shameless plug.
Shush. But no, for me that it's C tier. We don't know anything about the region it exists in, and we don't know where it came about.
Yeah, all I've seen is the region is that one circle we run around and shoot hoops in. So
Yeah.
I'm putting it in D tier.
I can get behind that.
I'll
can
put
get behind
D.
that.
It's just a basketball court.
I can get behind that.
I don't know. I feel like we put Alola in the E. Like I feel like it's still a little better than Alola. Come on.
It's true.
You're
It's
right.
true.
You're right.
I put it in D. Like it's better than Alola.
I support D. I can support D.
basketball
I can
court
see
in
hoops,
Alola.
but I can see hoops way more than I can go to Alola.
Next we have Passio, which is from Pokemon Masters EX. I'm not gonna lie, the only time I ever EX is Pokemon Day, when they give me my free gems to pull a bunch of random characters.
I played a few hours of it. The region itself, it feels like a conglomeration of every region put together, honestly. Like, is there a bunch of genericness to it, but it's also a lot of uniqueness sometimes. I don't know. But the region itself is very lore heavy because, like, it's supposed to be like everyone from every dimension because, like, Ash and Red are canon in this region. Like,
That's so wild to me.
it's so wild.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably gonna get to this more. Hit up Prime City for Detective Pikachu. I wonder if it exists in the same area, like in this region as Aos Island.
Yeah.
But I also think Passio is just the TVA of the one universe. For people who don't know what the TVA is, it is the organization that makes sure all the time streams and multiverse stay on their dedicated paths. For me, goes to E tier because I don't need that.
No, thank you.
What are you thinking, Gray?
I'm going to go D tier.
Jake, you said you've never played the game, but
I mean, I gotta be fair, so I'll go C. Just because I never played it. Period. I probably need to try it.
It's a gotcha region. Like, I wouldn't invest too much in it, but
it's a game. It is
it's a
in.
game.
It is in.
it is a game. Yeah.
It is in D tier though. Okay. You know what, Jake? I'm gonna do this one for you.
Yeah.
Farum Pokken Tournament. I will let you explain this one to me because I have not played enough of Pokken Tournament. Is it like an actual? Like, is it an actual like flushed out region?
I mean, it's a region. I mean, it's got towns and places you go, and you're fighting, Tekken style Pokemon battle, and wherever you're at, fields, city squares, blocking up traffic so guy can't get to work. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's neat. It's a neat little way they set it all up. I don't like kind of the layout of I guess you would say like the UI, like when you're talking to the lady and all that good jank when you're playing the game. But I'd say region wise, it's not a bad region. It's set up. It's got different terrains, and I mean, I wouldn't put it in B tier, or I mean maybe C tier. I'd put it in just because of the type of game it is in the region. It's not like you're really exploring it. Just like any like Tekken game, you're going here, you're fighting on this little map, little arena. You don't really get to explore nothing.
Okay, so C tier for you?
I would say C tier.
I think I agree with C tier with the way you explained it. It seems like it could be flushed out, but it's not. It suffers from the type of game it is.
Exactly.
Gray, do you have any opinions on Farum?
The Pokken region? No, I do not.
Okay.
I get to that in C tier. I just never played it.
Yeah, like I said, for me, it just seems like it suffers from the type of game it is.
I still like the guy that's sitting in the car, like while you're Pokemon battling. Like he's sitting there at the traffic light. There's a Pokemon battle going on. He's just like, I'm just trying to get to work, man. And there's a fire chicken out here fighting.
That's gonna suck. Oh man, I hate traffic in general. I'd be so mad. Well, especially like in the Pokemon world where I have my own Pokemon. Like, this is we're gonna take care of this right now.
You know, for
Kyogre, make it all water.
Right? Oh man. Next we have Rhyme City, which is the city that Detective Pikachu and Detective Pikachu Returns takes place, but it is in a completely different. It's in a unnamed region in the Pokemon world.
Was it also the one from the movie?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll go from the movie because I've never played it or seen the games.
I am doing a playthrough of Detective Pikachu Returns on Twitch, which is also on our YouTube. Check it out.
I would have to later.
The one thing I will say about it is it's interesting how I guess, interactive the Pokemon world is with the human world, I guess. Like, it seems like Pokemon are more integrated in the workings of this region.
One thing I don't see is the use of Pokeballs really within the Rhyme City scene.
Yeah, they showed it once, and that wasn't only in the movie where he tried to catch that Cubone that rocked his day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But beyond that, it's like, again, it's one of those weird regions. Every person has one partner Pokemon, and that's just kind of how it is.
Yeah.
I think from a movie standpoint, they just didn't want to have to animate someone.
No.
Everyone with 6 Pokemon.
No, they didn't want to animate like Pokeballs. Like, it's just, even from a game
They
standpoint.
don't even have traditional battles. They have like underground city battles. Like they have like pseudo ZA battles.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it's weird. Like, I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, Rhyme City don't make a whole lot of sense, but it is neat though, like from the movie's perspective, just seeing the city and how the Pokemon are, and it's a neat take, I guess you could say.
It is a region I want to explore more. I want to see more from it.
I agree with
For
that.
me, I think it's gonna go C tier just because what we have seen from it, at least from my point of view, what we have seen from it doesn't make it like it. I don't know if it's a region I want to go to because we've only seen the one city.
Yeah. I think I have to go D tier just because you just don't know nothing about it.
D tier for you, Jake?
Yeah.
Gray?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably go C tier.
It would go C tier at that point. Yeah, we need to know. It's one of those ones where we need to know, which I think is what our common denominator in our C tier is. The last region that we have on our list is Ransai, or Ronsai. I think it's Ronsai. This is the region from Pokemon Conquest. This region is massively flushed out, but it suffers from the fact that it's a Pokemon mixed with what is it, Nabanagu's The Legacy, I think is the game that it was. The region itself is really flushed out. The region itself is shaped like Arceus. There is a ton of lore to it. And honestly, I'm currently playing through it right now. I am really enjoying the gameplay of it. It's a lot of fun. If you like Fire Emblem, if you like Final Fantasy Tactics, it is definitely a fun game to get into.
Okay. I might actually have to try it out. I always liked Final Fantasy Tactics.
It's a lot of fun. Lore wise, it is super heavy. I would probably put it in A tier for the same reason that we put the Ranger games in A tier. Just because I'd love to deep dive into the story. Because, spoiler alert, the people evolve as well.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's really interesting.
So we're not talking like kid to an adult. We're talking like straight up evolution to another person.
Straight up evolution from what I've read.
Yeah, I'd probably have to go B, just because it sounds interesting, but I don't know nothing about it really.
Yeah, I'll go A. It always sounds like an interesting game and region.
So for that, it goes to 5, so it'll be in A. It will also go into A tier. So this is what our tier list looks like, fellas.
Yay. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually pretty happy with it. I think it's pretty fair.
Yeah, I'm satisfied with it. I don't think anything's out of place.
Nope, not at all.
Owen's out of place.
Oh God, here we go. For those of you who have made it this far and didn't leave us for the Alolan hate, the Galar hate, the general Mega hate, our plan is to go through and we are going to do, because they are our S tier regions, our plan is to go through and do a deep dive into Johto and into Ore. Because we only have 2 and I was expecting more, this might extend to the A tiers as well. So stay tuned for that. We'll see what happens there. Also, if YouTube is not your thing and podcasts are, be on the lookout for a special podcast that we are looking to make that is going to be kind of like a travel channel, 30 to 45 minute quick I wouldn't say it's a deep dive, but a quick like overview of the regions. Our first season will be Kanto, and each episode will be either a town, city, or a point of interest where we're going to go and we're going to explore. Obviously, that being said, some towns will not be a 45-minute episode. I'm looking at you, Pallet Town. You don't got a lot going on. I've scoured for information. There is not a lot. But we appreciate the time that you guys have spent listening, and we can't wait to do this again. Do you guys have anything to say?
I'm pretty happy with what we got. I mean, I look forward to our future travels. I think that's going to be pretty fun. Stopping by and seeing what every little deep dive of every region we'll be stopping into, the towns, and talking about the forest, maybe.
Yeah, I think Jake said it best, and thanks for staying and making it to the end. I guess appreciate everyone.
And definitely keep an ear out for there are more of us, as you can probably see in the banner. So keep your ears open for the rest of us with these upcoming episodes. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody.